Here we are, guys, back with part 2 as promised. Having spoke about attacking in wide areas on the tactic board, we're now going to show the graphics so you can see clearly the pictures we spoke about earlier. This is a lot shorter, but is self-explanatory. So here we go, over to Mauricio. Action! Here you can see the 1-4-3-3 playing system. 1 being the goalkeeper, the 2 central defenders being the 5 and the number 6, and the 2 fullbacks, the number 2 and number 3. In midfield, the holding midfield player, the number 4, and the 2 advanced central midfield players, the number 8 and the number 10. And up front, we have a front 3. Wide on the right is the 7. Centrally is the 9. And wide on the left is the 11. Here you can see the 2, the fullback, in good possession of the ball. The 7 has pulled out wide to the touchline and is playing on the last person's shoulder. If the 2 can play the ball in behind the back 4, this allows the 7 to get in behind without actually having to beat the fullback, allowing him to cross in that corridor behind the back 4. Also, you will see the 9 attacking the near post, the 11 attacking the far post, and the 10 attacking the central area around the penalty spot. Here you can see the 3, the left back, in good possession of the ball. The 11 has pulled wide, allowing the ball to be played in behind the fullback. The winger gets to the ball and can now play the ball in behind the back 4, where the 9 will attack the near post, the 7 will attack the far, and the 8 the mid-goal area around the penalty spot. Here you can see the 2 in good possession. The 7 is wide on the touchline. The 2 feeds the winger, 7, who looks then to support it. The 7 looks to attack the opponent's fullback, beating him on the outside, and then is in a position to able to cross in behind the back 4. Once again, you will see the 9 attacking the near post, the 11 attacking the far post, and the 10 attacking the central areas around the penalty spot. The 3 has good possession. 11 is wide on the touchline, and you will see the 3 feed the 11 and then look to back him up and support. Once the 11 receives the ball, he looks to attack the opponent's fullback, beating him on the outside and looking to cross in behind the opponent's back 4. You will see that the 9 attacks the near post, the 7 attacks the far post, and the 8 attacks the central area around the penalty spot. As you can see, 2 has good possession of the ball. The 7 is wide on the touchline. The 2 feeds the 7 and looks to go on the overlap. The white 8 recognises there's a 2v1 and pulls away to leave more space for the 2 and 7 to operate in. The ball is then played on the outside to the overlapping 2, who looks to deliver the ball in behind the back 4. 9 attacks the near post, 11 attacks the far post, the 10 attacks the mid area around the penalty spot. Here you can see the 3, the left back, in good possession of the ball. The 11 is wide on the touchline. The 3 feeds the 11 and goes on the overlap. The 11 runs and attacks the fullback, slipping the ball on the outside for the 3 to deliver in behind the back 4. 9 attacks the near post, 7 attacks the far, 8 attacks the central goal area around the penalty spot. Here you can see the 2 in possession, a little bit deeper. 7 is wide on the touchline, creating space. The 2 plays the ball to the 7 and goes to back up. The 8 makes a diagonal run from in to out, and the 7 plays the ball down the side of the left back. The 8 continues his run. He's now in behind the back 4 and is able to play across into a central dangerous area. 9 attacks the near post, 10 attacks the central area, and the 11 attacks the far post area. Here you can see the 3 in good possession of the ball. The 11 is wide on the touchline. The 3 feeds the 11 and looks to back up and support. The 10, the advanced central midfield player, makes a run from in to out, and the ball is played from the 11 on the outside of the fullback. The 10 receives the ball in an advanced area and is able to cross. The 9 then attacks the near post, the 7 attacks the far post, and the 8 attacks the mid-goal central area around the penalty spot. Here you can see the 2 in good possession of the ball. The 7 is wide on the touchline. The 2 plays the ball to the 7 and continues his run, making an overlapping run. The opponent's fullback prevents the overlap, so the ball is played inside to the 8, who bounces the ball round the corner to the 2, who's now in a position to cross in behind the back 4. The 9 attacks the near post, the 11 attacks the far post, and the 10 attacks the central area around the penalty spot. Here you can see the 3 in possession. He feeds the 11 and goes on the overlap. The fullback of the opponent blocks the pass off, so now the 10 becomes important. The ball is passed into him and bounced round the corner to the overlapping fullback, the 3, who delivers the ball in behind the back 4. For the 9 to attack the near, the 7 to attack the far, the 8 to attack the mid-goal penalty area. The 2 has good possession of the ball. The 7 is wide on the touchline. The 2 feeds the 7 and follows his pass to go on the overlap. The opponent's fullback shows it inside and prevents the overlap pass. The ball is then played into the 8. The ball is passed from the 8 to the 7 and fed back. The 7 continues his run, driving inside to get his shot off. The 9 follows in for rebounds, as does the 11 at the far post, as does the 8. Here you can see the 3 in good possession of the ball. He feeds the 11 who is on the touchline and goes on the overlap. The opposing fullback forces the play inside, and the now needs to link up with the 10. The ball's played into the 10, who sets it back, and the shot is taken by the 11. Once the shot goes in, the 9 follows in for rebounds, as does the 7 at the far post. Notice how the 8 creates space by staying away when the play is forced inside. Here you can see the 2 in good possession of the ball. The 7 is wide on the touchline. The 2 feeds the 7 and looks to go on the overlap. The opponent's fullback prevents the overlap and the 7 drives inside, passing the ball into 8, continuing his run and getting it back. The 6 then goes and engages, and then the ball is played in behind the back 4 for the 9 to make the run between the 2 central defenders and shoot. The 10 and the 11 follow him for rebounds. Here you can see the 3 in good possession of the ball. The 11 is wide on the touchline. The 3 feeds the 11 and goes on an overlapping run. The opponent's fullback goes and engages and forces the winger inside. 11 now plays the ball into 10 and follows his run. 10 bounces the ball back, drives inside, and then forces his pass in between and behind the back 4, where the 9 has made the diagonal run in behind to shoot, and the 8 follows in centrally, and the winger follows in at the far post area for rebounds. Here you can see the 2 in good possession. The 7 is wide on the touchline. The 2 plays the ball to the 7 and makes a forward overlapping run. The opponent's fullback prevents the ball being played on the overlap and drives inside to the 8, who bounces it back to the 4. The 4 then has the angle to play the ball in behind the opponent's back 4. He's now able to play the ball along the floor to the 9, who is attacking the near post, the 10 attacking the central area, and the 11 attacking the far post area. Pass. The ball is played into the 8 and bounced back to the 4. This time the 4 cannot play the ball into the 2 who's continued his run, and he now looks to play on the far side diagonally. The 11 has pulled off the shoulder of the 2, and so has the 10, and is looking to receive the ball in the space behind. The ball is played by 4 on the diagonal in the air to the 10. Here you can see the 3 in good possession of the ball. The 11 is wide on the touchline to create space. The 3 plays the ball to the 11 and goes on the overlap. The opponent's fullback goes and engages the 11 and prevents the overlap pass being made and is forced inside. The ball is played into the 10, who bounces it back to the holding midfield player 4, who then has the angle to play the ball in behind to the overlapping fullback. The ball is delivered then in behind the back 4 for the 9 to attack the near, the 8 to attack the central area, and the 7 to attack the far post. Here we see the 11 forced inside by the opposing fullback. The ball is played into the 10, who bounces the ball back to the holding midfield player 4. This time, the opponent's fullback prevents the ball being played out to the overlapping 3. He now makes the decision to play the diagonal pass in behind the back 4. 7 is on the far post area, and 8 is looking to make the run between the fullback and the second central defender. Evident and clear that if you're going to work on shape and pattern, that you will get these goals that look like they're genius, but in fact they're rehearsed. And like I say, and I said at the start, as long as your players have lots of opportunities to practice and work on shape and pattern, as long as your players know their roles and responsibilities, then whatever the opponents do, whether they show you inside or outside, I think you need a variety. And a lot of things will happen if you continually practice working in wide areas. Also, I'd like to say and mention that if you're doing your B licence or A licence, excuse me, in any country, you'll get on to working on shape and pattern. So for me, it's really important, even if you're not doing your coaching badges, if you are able to facilitate and you've got that knowledge and you can work on attacking in wide areas, then it's going to help you. But like I said,
don't always need 2 teams. We'll be showing you how to do that with mannequins. The problem with mannequins is that they don't move. But I hope you enjoyed the presentation on attacking in wide areas in a 1-4-3-3 system. What we'll be doing next time is on Sunday, the 14th of June. Yeah, that's Sunday, the 14th of June. What we're going to do at 3 p.m. GMT is work on pressing, defending from the front. So whereas my first presentation was playing out from the back, we're now going to work on the opposite and getting the opponents to try and play out, set a trap if you like. You can call it pressing, you can call it defending early. But what we're now going to attempt to do in that presentation is show you how that you can win the ball back, as many teams are now doing, and win it high up the pitch to go on and score. But thanks again for watching. Look forward to your questions on anything you've seen in attacking in wide areas, particularly in this system. And look forward to seeing you next time. All the best. Thanks very much. Thank you.